Hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome to another live session with the Hype Magazine. I am your editor-in-chief, Jerry Doby, and today, on this fine day, I have funny man David Shine. You have seen his skits, you watched his IG, you've seen him make his appearance on Wild 'N Out, and now he's getting ready for his new comedy album, and he's dropped a couple of he got one special that I really like video is going down. Pancake Tiddies. We going with it on in May. Welcome to the show, man.
I appreciate you. Thank you. You know, my landlord, he likes that song too.
Yeah.
He came in the apartment and he was just like, my girl asked him, like, you want anything to drink or anything like that? And he was like, no, you know what I want? And she was like, what? And he was like, I want some pancake titties. And he looked at me and I was like, bro, you gonna say? I was like, all right.
Hey, it's a good song. It's got a catchy beat. It's funny as hell. And you know, I like it. I like it. So look, man, from the inside looking out though, talk to us about David Shine, the comedian.
I'm just a comedian first and foremost. I'm a comedian. I like to do stand-up and I like to act, you know. My goals are to become like a comedic actor, like a well-known comedic actor. I also make funny music. I thought, you know, it's like a good mesh. You know, I didn't realize that, like, my ultimate goal was to be like a comedic actor, but I didn't realize that stand-up and like funny stuff that you create outside of that can like all coexist, you know? So I started doing that heavy and here we are.
Okay. So what was like the defining moment that brought you to comedy as a career?
As a career?
Yeah.
Just
being a career, right?
Yeah, for sure. Is what also I do. Yeah. But just, you know, growing up, being funny, you know, just goofing on my friends and stuff, and you know, realizing that people were laughing at the stuff that I would say and like the actions that I would do, you know, like even like making my mom laugh when I was growing up and stuff. So I just knew I was funny, you know. But then I didn't really know how to like get into it as a kid because like I saw, like, you know, I grew up watching like, you know, BET Comic View and stuff like that. And like, I never wanted to be a stand-up comedian, but then, you know, when I got older, shout out to my boy Dave Hewlett, he started doing stand-up and he was like, yo, it's kind of like comedic acting. You can do your sketches as bits. And I was like, oh, you can. And like, he kind of got me into it. So shout out to Dave Hewlett, that's my guy.
Okay. And then, so what was the first stage you stepped on to apply your trade?
Ooh, good question, man. I think somewhere, I don't remember the exact place, but it was definitely somewhere in Albany, New York.
Okay.
My first stand-up set, I remember I did really good. I remember like some guy was just like, I remember him being just like, how long have you been doing it for? I was like, that's my first time. He's like, wow. I was like, yeah. So then I was like, oh, I am all right. I was like,
okay,
all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just came naturally. The timing and all that good stuff was just there. Huh?
Yeah. So here we are.
Okay. So you've been doing it for how many years?
10 years.
10 years. A decade is what they call overnight success in the industry. And
I know, right?
And here you are, you know what I mean, making it to major television, you know, fucking with Nick Cannon, doing your thing, and having that experience. That was a great experience for you. And then doing comedy albums. So hell, that works. That sounds like a success to me. It sounds like a success to me. You know, what are your biggest inspirations for creating sketches and things like that? Do you just shit that happens every day? Or?
You know, I mean, honestly, not really things that happen every day, just things that I think are funny. That's where all like stems from. Everything stems from what I think is funny. I don't really care if someone else thinks it's funny or not. I think that it's funny. You know what I'm saying? So when I think something's funny, then I'll just work on it and try to get it to the best way where I think that it's the best that I can do right as where I'm at, you know.
Okay,
But
okay. Have you ever messed up your own show by laughing at your own shit?
yeah, I would say I messed it up. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say I messed up, but I definitely like, you know, there's a thing called like riffing. That's
Yeah.
what a technique is called in like comedy. In the comedy world, it's like, you know, you go on stage and you're just talking, you're bullshitting. And like I definitely have said some stuff off the cuff that was funny. I would just die laughing at it, you know. I like laugh, you know what I'm saying? So if it's funny, I'm gonna laugh. So
Yeah.
just because it's coming out my mouth doesn't mean it's not funny.
Right.
You know.
Is there anything that's like off limits for you? And we're not talking about the Oscar situation. We're just talking about in general.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna talk about like, I wouldn't say off limits, but like I'm not gonna talk about like people's like kids, and I would never do that, make a joke about people's kids or anything like that. I think that's kind of off limits. Or like, you know, somebody's you know, I don't know, whatever somebody has like going on with them, you know, I'm not gonna make fun of that. I mean, I'm a very like personally, I mean, people will argue this and they'll say like, as a comedian, you can talk about whatever you want, you know. And I agree you can, but I also think there's repercussions for that. I feel like you can talk about whatever you want, but you can get smacked by whoever you want to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not trying to get smacked, bro. So I'm like, I just keep it to like a minimum. I like keeping my jokes like goofy. You know, I like keeping my jokes. You laugh at it because it's stupid. Not you laugh at it. Like I'm not like opinionated, if that makes sense. Like I'm not really a.
Okay.
I try not to be. But.
Well, I'm opinionated, bro. If I see somebody kid that's ugly, I'm like, oh, you must be
so
proud.
You got a skull hat on and shit. Who's gonna say something to you? You got the Punisher hat. Who's gonna talk back to you?
Bro, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, see, yeah, you wear a hat like that, that means you don't give a shit.
Yeah, like come with it. You know what I mean? I've got 6 kids, 3 of them are girls, and 15 grandkids. I don't care.
Yeah, you ready? You ready?
I'm ready.
You ready?
I've been through the grinder.
Couple
of deployments that, you know, I've been to Afghanistan and back. Folks gonna try to blow me up. I'm here. So yeah, well, I can say what I want to.
I ain't experienced all that. I'm just trying to enjoy myself, bro. Ready?
I ain't mad at you though. I ain't mad at you. What's been like the most satisfying show for you thus far in your career? Because like you have, you know, hit some stages, you know, made a lot of people laugh.
I think probably the most satisfying show that I personally done. It's a good question. I did a lot. Probably like any show that like involves like me and my boys. Like I got 2 comedic friends. Shout out to my friends Quan D. Wiggins and Derek D.T. Thompson. We're both comedians, and like sometimes we'll go on the road and we'll just like book ourselves. Okay. And like surprisingly enough, we'll get like hundreds of people in there. You know what I'm saying? That's off of just the strength of just us, you know, word of mouth type stuff or whatever. And then I think those are probably like my favorite shows. Like I've done a lot, so I can't really like pick which one is my favorite, but right. Those are my favorite because like it's like you're doing it with your friends, your team. You know what I'm saying? So okay,
cool. So obviously you got some pull. Like you can show up and just say I'm showing up with no promotion, and I could pull 100, 150, 200 people, and you know, entertain and have a blast. Yeah. So imagine if you had like a serious booker and you know,
I know.
Laugh Factory got behind you and said, we're going to do a Laugh Factory tour. Sure. You know,
I feel like though it's okay because I feel like they want to come when it's too late. You know what I'm saying? They want to come like when you get to a point where it's just like you barely need them. They're like, oh, we can now we want to work with you. It's like, nah, man, you should have worked with me, you know, beforehand. I had a couple of agents who hit me up before. I remember there's this agent or whatever, I'm not gonna say his name, but I remember I reached out to him a while ago, this was years ago, and he said to me, you know, he just wasn't interested in my comedy, which is fine. You know, comedy is subjective, and he said that he just didn't think that I was funny. And at the time, I was just like, you know, me and my friends had this joke where it's just like, you know, comedy is subjective. You can say that I'm bad, but I know that I'm just as bad as the people that you got. So it's like if you got that, let me be bad with the people that you got. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But he passed on me or whatever, and then like a couple years later, he reached out to me, and I was just like, no. I was like, no, bro. I was like, a real agent or somebody would know, like they can see the potential, even if you don't see it now, or even if it's like not now, you're not is what I think you could be, but like I know you can be something. You know what I'm saying? So that's a shout out to all you agents out there, man. Don't be overlooking people for no reason.
Hey, Dame Dash said he one of his biggest regrets was not signing Kanye, wasn't it? Didn't I hear that?
Bro, how many? But there's so many stories like that. There's so many stories like that. There's so many like so many stories of people being like, oh, I could have signed. Who just said that? Someone just said that they could have signed J. Cole. What? The Harlem rapper. I can't think of Jim Jones.
Jim Jones.
Yeah, he just said that. Yeah, I could have signed J. Cole. He's like, I passed up on him. He's like, I didn't feel like I had anywhere to put him at. It's
Bro.
like, yo, you just gotta. I feel like as a, I always joke about this with my friends. I'm like, if I didn't want to be, because like, I want to be in the front. I want to be in the face of the camera. But like, I have an eye for like, I can tell when somebody could be something, even if they're not it right now. I'm like, with a little bit of work or whatever, I know I can make somebody. But I'm like, I don't want to do that shit. I want to be in the camera. So.
Bro, that is absolutely got to be one of the most aggravating, careers, is being a freaking agent and a booking agent for comedians.
Dude, I know.
Because what the fuck, like, excuse my language, but now you got to be politically correct, so constrained, one of my favorite comedians, of course, just talked about he had to give up comedy just to maintain his television career.
Who?
That would be Steve Harvey.
Oh, he's one of your favorites?
He's one of my favorites. I grew up as a kid, I grew up on Pryor and Red Fox and Dolomite and those cats like that. But for the polish and entertainment and whatnot, for me, Steve Harvey is one of my favorites. You know what I mean? To be honest.
Nah, he's a very, very good comedian.
Yeah.
He's not. I feel like if you feel like you're a fool if you say he's not. And not only is he very good, he's also I think he became really good at transitioning. In that sense, like to mainstream. You know what I'm saying? He was like a funny hood comic or whatever. He was hilarious, but then like he got on the side of white people or whatever, and he's just very good on both boards. He can make everybody laugh. But I think that's a good comedian, when you can make everybody laugh, not just like black, white, or whatever. You can make everybody laugh. And I think that he definitely did that, for sure.
I think one of his defining moments was actually Apollo, when he was hosting Apollo.
Yeah, legendary.
That took him to another level, and it exposed him to a bigger audience. And anyway, but
who's your top five?
Top five comedians?
Mm-hmm.
Bernie Mac.
Fire.
Ced the Entertainer.
Fire.
Steve Harvey. Scruncho. And AJ. Rest in peace.
Okay. Fire.
Scruncho and AJ are from my city. I'm from South Central Los Angeles. So these are cats. When I was working, I used to run nightclubs, right? So these are cats that would come visit my nightclubs and come and do their stuff. And I thought they were funny. They were street funny. The fact that they made it to television is great and all that good stuff. I'm happy for them, but I just thought they were funny. Top five. That's my top five.
That's a good five. Solid.
Yeah. I like you too. You're number 6.
I'll take number 6.
My top 10. I got.
Man, I'll be happy if I make anybody's top 50. I'll be like, I'll be happy to make the list. You feel me?
You're gonna get there, bro. You're gonna get there. For me, like, my next 5 are like Mona Shake and Ed Hill.
Oh, I'll probably get a lot of flack for it, and I don't even care. Who's one of my, like, it's crazy. I didn't like him when I wasn't a comedian. like a comedian. But now that I'm a comedian, I just find him so funny, and I feel like he's just so underrated.
Who's that?
Mike Epps.
From Indiana. He's funny.
I think Mike Epps is hilarious. You know why though? I like him so much because he's just goofy.
Mm.
He ain't, you know what I'm saying? He ain't saying, you ain't gonna go to a Mike Epps show. You're not gonna, you're not gonna learn no shit. You know, he's not Chappelle, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna laugh harder with him, you know what I'm saying? So I like Mike Epps heavy. I definitely like Mike Epps heavy.
I like Mike Epps, Earthquake.
Here's a funny story.
Uh-huh.
I got a funny story. So one time, Earthquake used to host a show with Ray DeJean in Brooklyn at this place called The Diner. Mm-hmm. And you know, usually like how it will work is like Ray DeJean would host or whatever and bring up like the newer acts like myself and whoever people there, and then it would switch over to Earthquake coming, you know what I'm saying? And then Earthquake would do some time and then he'd bring in other acts or whatever, right? I don't remember what happened, but I got pushed up from the newer acts to that part, right? So Earthquake went up before me. So I had to follow Earthquake.
Wow.
I realized why they call him Earthquake. The room is shaking, like hysterics, to the point, swear to God, I had to go to the bathroom to hype myself up, right? And how I hyped myself up, I was like, you can follow Earthquake? I was like, so what if you bomb? You bomb all the time. I was like, ain't no thing. I was like, ain't no thing. I was like, you just go out there and do shit. I was like, stop being a pussy. I was like, you go out there and do your thing or whatever. And he was just crushing the room. I mean, the whole place just thunder. And I went out there, did my little 10 minutes. He did like 20 minutes. I went out there, did my little 5-10 minutes or whatever. And I did well. I did very well. He set it up for me to do very well. I mean, honestly, at the time, I definitely wasn't even anywhere close to being as good as him, even now. But I did my thing. I was very happy. I was like, you know, I can. That when I was like, oh, I can. If I can follow somebody like that, not to say that I'm better than him or anything like that, but just to say I can handle my own. You know what I'm saying? As a comedian, I didn't just go over there and just get booed. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, I'm good at this. You know what I'm saying?
That was one of your benchmark moments right there.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, 100% was. I was like, because Earthquake is legendary. You know what I'm saying? That's a guy I grew up on watching, and it's like you get into these places where next thing you know, you're with these people that you grew up on, and you might have to follow them and stuff like that. And it's just like, you know, again, comedy is always subjective. I would never say that I'm better than anyone. I would never say anyone's better than me. But I was very proud that he rocked the room, like where it was just like shaking, like earthquake, literally. And I did well. You know what I'm saying? Afterwards, you know what I'm saying? And that made me happy. I was like, oh, I didn't just, because anyone who's a comic knows it can be easy to follow somebody who does well, but it can also be very hard to follow somebody who does well. And when he murdered the room like that, it's like you're sucking all the laugh out. It's like you have to be that funny, you know what I'm saying? Or just like, or it's like no one really cares anymore. It's like that's the show, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like that was a really cool moment in my career anyway, where I was like, man, I can hang. I can hang, you know?
Yeah. Obviously, and you're here. So
yeah.
You had an appearance in season 14 of Wild 'N Out. How did that come? Did you book that yourself, or did you have a booking agent? How did that come about?
So I made a song called Stud Love.
Okay.
Or whatever. So basically, this goes back to my music stuff, where I wanted to get eyes on me comedically, because I'm a comedian first, right? And then I realized that, like, you know, people who make like funny songs or whatever, I feel like this is like a really small shelf life. It's like a different art. To be able to make a funny song to me and then make it so you want to listen to it again is very hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it like? Biz Markie, you got what that's a funny song, but like you can listen to that again. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yes, like it has replay value. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to make a funny song that someone doesn't look at just as a joke. You know, you got like a couple people. You got like, you know, Slim Shady, you got Lil Dicky, you got like a little couple people who are funny, but like the lane is so small. Right. So I was just let me try to like do it. You know what I'm saying? like not just make joke songs, but like make a good song that's funny, you know? So I made this song called Stud Love, and that took off, right? And then I got invited to do an audition. And because I'm a comic or whatever, I just fucking smashed the audition. I was just like, I was ready for that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I just had everybody laughing in my audition. But fast forward to the show, I mean, I guess I'll go on record here and say now, like, I wasn't like mentally right at the time. Like I was like, at the time I was like in a really like toxic relationship. It's like me and this girl were just arguing. So I just wasn't like funny. I just didn't feel funny. You know what I'm saying? And then when I got on the show, I did a joke and it wasn't that good of a joke. And then I just didn't get asked to come back, which is fine. But it was just also like, I just feel like I wasn't in my best mental state. You know what I'm saying? But we left on good terms. You know what I'm saying? Nick is cool. Like he hit me up before and stuff like that. And I feel like once I get my rhythm back, which is happening now, I definitely see myself. Who knows? I might even sign to Nick. Honestly, why not? To be honest,
incredible can't be bad.
And, you know, I thought about it because I was like, he is the first person to ever really give me a chance. To be honest, so I can't be mad at him because I messed up on that chance. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was going through. I'm not upset about that, but I definitely feel like I would return the favor to him. Like when things start to get bigger for me, which they already are, I feel like I'll definitely, if he wants to sign me, I'll let you sign me. Because I feel like no disrespect to him, but I feel like he don't have anybody good
anyway. Okay. All right. So you got a new project coming out. Let's talk about the new project that's hitting in May.
My first comedy album. It's I'm proud of it. It's called Slow Nigga Melodies. And and it's a work of art, man. It's cool because it's like it's my first time really like artistically. I'm still trying to find myself because I'm not really a rapper yet. You know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely like making people laugh while I'm finding myself, you know, and that's still good. I feel like, you know, and I dropped it and I'm happy because I think it's good, but I'm also happy because I think that I'm better than what that shows, which is great. You know what I'm saying? It shows that I can even become better than this. And I think this is a good body of work, honestly. Yeah. If I'm not to toot my own horn, but you know,
that's what you're supposed to do, man. You're supposed to shield your own shit. Hold on one second. If you motherfuckers don't get out of here and calm down, I have 3 dogs fighting behind me. Move.
What kind of dogs you got?
One's a Labradoodle, one's a terrier something, and the visitor is a terrier something.
It's a terrier.
Definitely into the rescue dogs, you know.
No, that's actually quite noble, honestly.
The terrier something, she came from a hoarder farm. They had 150 dogs.
Really?
In Alabama, yeah, there was this property that had 150 dogs on them. It's called a hoarder farm. And then the Labradoodle came from a puppy mill in Iowa that had 1,500 animals. And so the first dog, which was the Labradoodle, my wife thought that he would make a great PTSD dog for me. He ended up driving me crazy. And so I needed to get him some company. And I got this little female, bruh. Yeah.
She's annoyed.
She's annoying. I can assure you.
Bro. Like my girl, we live with each other. She has like 2 little piece of crap dogs, and they just shit everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's like, and the thing that makes me so mad is like they know not to do it, but they're like, "Fuck you, you're gonna clean it up." So it's like, yeah, these days they're out. I'm gonna let them out. I'm like, oh, I don't know what happened. They ran away. I'm sorry.
All right. So, you said slow nigga melodies.
Yeah.
The name begs me to ask why.
Why slow nigga melodies, man? Because honestly, I think that I'm special, and I think that my music is special, and I think I got some, and they're dumb songs and they're dumb melodies, so it works.
You had fun. You had fun putting them together, obviously.
Yeah. Like I always know, like I have a good song or a funny song when I'm like working with my engineer, and then he'll just stop when I'm recording me and just be like, I'm like, bro, I'm trying to rap here. And he just be like, this fucking guy, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm all right, this is cool.
Okay. All right. So what's the most fun for you about making music? Did you freeze? You froze up. Okay.
No. The most fun for me, I would say, is so I got a friend who's like an actual real rapper. Okay. Shout out to Kid hyphen NY. And like he's probably like one of the nicest, like he is an MC. You know what I'm saying? I say like there's a difference between being able to rap and being able to like do what I do, like dumb shit. Like I do dumb shit. I'm not a rapper. You know what I'm saying? He is an MC. And I think like some of my best work I feel like comes from when I get his respect from it. When he's like, nah, this is hot. Because he'll be like, nah, that's stupid, that's whack. But like when he says hot, I'm like, that to me, because he's my friend, I'm like that. I'm like, that's that I think that's the funness of it. It's like a puzzle. Trying to get, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get like a real MC's approval. You know what I'm saying? It's like a puzzle trying to work it out. And I feel like that it's cool to have people like that because it also makes my songwriting ability get better. And I feel like that's probably like my favorite of making music. Like making music also to impress my real rapper friends. And also like I would say my favorite thing would be just to make like a really good song about something stupid. You know what I'm saying? To have people be like, yo, bitches with big areolas, like that's fine. Like it's to me, that's hot. That's like that's cool. Cause like it's so dumb. So but to have someone say it's like a good song is like, I'm like, all right, cool. Thanks.
Pancake Tiddies was hilarious.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
That was hilarious. That one stopped me in my tracks. I'm like, I listened to Booty Hole. I listened to Petty Till I Die. Pancake Tiddies stopped me in my tracks.
Yo, Petty Till I Die. Right? That's why listen, I'm gonna get you a one. I'm gonna get you whoever. I'm gonna get you a one. I'm gonna get you a one.
You're multi-talented, bro, and we'll talk about you for years to come. And 10 years in this business is the overnight success story.
Yeah, for sure.
Bottom line. Speaking of business, what was the biggest surprise about the business part of the entertainment industry once you crossed over into the professional aspect?
What do you mean? Like what
business? It just made you go, what the fuck? It works that way? Really?
Oh. So when I did Wild 'N Out or whatever, and I did my joke that fell flat when they did it on the television, it didn't look that bad. It didn't look as bad as it was. When I did that shit, nigga, that shit was terrible. It was crickets. I was like, what? I was like, this is what it turned out to be. I was like, I wish I had this my whole life. You know how bad that I said in my life to try to make it funny, and work it out or whatever. They made it. I didn't realize, like, I don't want to say stuff's fake, but I'm realizing that stuff isn't what you seem like what it is. You know what I'm saying? On television and even in it, not even just on television, in everything. You know what I'm saying? People fake what they look like online. People fake everything. So everything is just like the whole business side of it is just like everything is just like fake. Everything is like things seem better than what they are, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And that definitely made me realize that. Yeah.
It's a lot of smoke and mirrors, but miracles can happen on the editing in the edit room.
For sure. I mean, I'm not gonna make me look at least less terrible.
Yeah. Well, I was not going to tell them that you didn't get invited back. I was just going to say that you
I'm not
appearance on Wild 'N Out, but
I joke about it because you know why? I mean, I can't really talk too much about it, but life is about experiences to me. You know what I'm saying? And also, I feel like I can't really talk too much about it, but like, because like it's part of my act. But like, I had a really funny joke from that whole experience that no one can take away from that, because no one else can have this joke. This is a 100% me thing. This happened to me, and I'm happy because it's just like you take the good with the bad. It's like, you know, that happened, but it's also like this is a joke that like no one else. This is a David Shine joke. No one else can have. No one else can talk about my experience with that and how I make it funny. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a really good joke. So the comedian in me is not mad.
Hey, you got a nugget out of it, and that works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A gold nugget.
Man, is there anything you wanted to cover that I may have neglected?
Oh man, no man.
Tour coming out, movie coming out.
You said what?
You got any tours coming out or?
Oh yeah, you know, I'm actually we were talking about agents but earlier. So if there's anyone who wants to, I'm looking for a college agent right now. I've been doing it all myself, but it's just getting too overwhelming. But I'm really looking for like a college agent to do some like, you know, some tours around like some colleges and stuff like that. That'd be cool. That's what we're working on for, you know, around like August. You know, we're trying to set up stuff now. So if there's any listening, that'd be great.
Okay. So there's somebody listening. They will be listening as soon as I post it up on the site.
No, I mean like somebody out there who's like listening, who's like, oh, like I can help you with that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm not saying like you got 0 listeners.
Oh no, I ain't worried about that. I wasn't taking it like
oh, my
fault. Wow. All right. So I'm, you know, this is funny to me. Like, I tried to look you up on Backstage, right? Then there's a link there. Then it tells me that it doesn't exist.
Yeah, I made it private.
I
also don't want it to show up when people Google me or whatever. But I definitely use that though, for sure. I was using that for a while to get booked. And I have a commercial agent now, so she sends me out. But before I had her, I was using that a lot heavy. So shout out to them, I guess.
Okay. Was there a problem with Backstage? I've heard some jacked up things about Backstage, but
really,
with the girls getting booked for different things other than what they were thinking they were booked for.
I mean, I feel like that happens with everything though, not just Backstage. You know what I'm saying? Which is kind of
scary.
Crazy world. Yeah, crazy world we live in. But no, I think I've had nothing but good stuff. Like I scored like some commercials from there, a couple, you know. I mean, so yeah, I was making money off of Backstage. I was doing that for a while, for sure. Backstage and Casting Network, so I was using that. Okay. I still use Casting Network. So
okay. All right. Where can we find you online?
Find me everywhere at I am David Shine, but my main socials are Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and I guess Twitter too. But everything's I am David Shine.
I am David Shine.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to talking to you again, man. I'm looking forward to the album Slow Nigga Melodies.
Yeah.
I am excited. I am excited.
I appreciate you.
To check that out. You know what I mean? But for the meantime, in between time, you can find David on Spotify, and he's got some amazing don't let the innocent picture that is his avatar fool you. He's not innocent. He's got
it's not everywhere. It's on all streaming platforms. Apple Music, Tidal, if you use that. Everything.
Oh, actually, you know what? This is already dropped, bro. What am I talking about? May? Why didn't you correct me?
So, I thought you said that you're excited to go listen to it. I thought
I'm excited to go listen to it. I'm pushing that like it's coming out in May. It's out now. Slow.
Oh no, the album's out. My video that I'm gonna drop comes out in May. That's probably what you were thinking.
Okay, the video that you're gonna drop is out in May. Which one you gonna drop in May? What's the name of that?
Sunday Sermon.
Sunday Sermon.
Yeah.
And he's dropping it on Sunday.
Yeah.
Just because.
Because the Lord blessed me.
Jesus I'm going to support this man,
Yeah.
but I want you to know that I had nothing to do with the timing. And the fact that he's coming out clowning on your day, Lord,
Yeah.
don't hold it against the journalists. I'm just saying.
you can laugh on the Lord's Day.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I really enjoy your work, young brother. I look forward to working with you in the future and
Yes,
making this thing great. So if there's nothing that you wanted to cover that I may have neglected.
Nah, man, you've been great. Thank you so much for this interview. I really appreciate it for sure. You know, you're great. It's been awesome. You asked like a lot of good questions. You know, I'm still learning media training.
You're doing good. You're doing good. You're doing good. All right. Until the next time.
Yes,
High
sir.
Magazine Live Sessions. David Shine. Soul Nigga Melodies is out right now.
Yo, go stream that. My number's up.
With the numbers up, right? He's a talented young brother, young lion, and we should support it.
Appreciate
All right.
you.
Till next time.
Peace. Appreciate you, buddy.
Appreciate you.
Yep.